Thank you for having me. I think I'm one of the last. It's not a surprise. My surname is Zelezny. So Z letter in the school always been the last to answer questions because I've been alphabetically the last one. So I have 150 slides, and I extend. No, I'm joking. I don't. I have 80 slides, and I've been very much enjoying the previous presentation. Easy, great stuff. I'm also a fan of AnswerBoxes, and I will cover this as well. So let me just prepare a little of water, and we can start. So my name is Lukasz Zelezny, and I moved to London 2007. Since then, and even before, I was working in SEO. Currently, I am working as the director of organic performance for a company called ZPG. This is a company which owns Uswitch, Zoopla, Money, and many other brands. We just have an office other side of the bridge. So in this weather, even going like 20 minutes, it was a really big challenge. So I found a taxi on the halfway to this place, and they didn't want to let me in because I mess up with the entries. But anyway, I'm here. So tactic one I wanted to show you today is the snapshot approach to keyword research. One of my tactics, and the whole purpose of this presentation is that I really wanted to show you a couple of things that you can write down. Also, I will be sharing the slides with you, and you can tomorrow go to your office or when you're working from your bedroom, just try to implement. It is not something that costs millions and only works for enterprise level companies. So raise your hand if you know this company. No, I'm joking. Everyone knows Searchmetrics, yes? So yes, I'm very glad to be here. I'm a big fan of Searchmetrics, as you can see. And I was using Searchmetrics literally from 2011. And I think this is a great tool. And now I wanted to share with you this tactic. So imagine 2012, I joined Uswitch. I already been here with Searchmetrics, so it was pretty easy for me. And I was like, okay, how I can, this is my approach always when I'm joining company. I'm going there, I'm joining, and I really quickly want to prove that I was the best candidate, and I don't like to be giving these excuses, saying like, oh, you know, SEO needs time, and so on and so on. So what I did, I just went to Searchmetrics, and I say, hey, Searchmetrics, show me all the keywords that you have there that we're ranking on. And Searchmetrics said, hey, Lukasz, this is what I see. That's a part of this. And you can see that there is lots of keywords that trigger different part of the website. Once again, what Uswitch is doing, raise your hand, who knows Uswitch? Good, cool. So Uswitch is a price comparison website. We're comparing prices of broadband, mobiles, credit cards, energy, insurance, and so on and so on. And you can see this straight away here. And I was like, okay, that's a nice set, but already I can see that some keywords are on the position 1, and some keywords belong to the third-party brands, like Tiscali, that doesn't exist, GiveGov. That's probably not the keywords I would be considering as my priority. So Searchmetrics has an amazing filter built in, and I could say like, okay, Searchmetrics, now show me these keywords which are ranking between position 2 and 10. So there is still something to be done, and the search volume 1,000 to 20,000. Thanks to that, I was able to find the sweet spot of the keywords that already are ranking quite well. I'm following Google as my advisor. And also, I excluded predominantly most of the third-party brands. And I get this. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks nice. I can start working. I can start attacking different URLs, because this is very important to say. Every time we're thinking about keywords, we should think about keywords and corresponding URLs. And then I went a bit deeper, a bit more nerdy, and I was, okay, let's try to calculate the potential. So what I call this is a simplified organic distribution model. And obviously, it's very easy to challenge. It's very easy to say, like, Lukasz, I don't believe that when you're on position 1, you have 18% click-through rate. Or if you are on position 2, you have 10% click-through rate. And I would absolutely agree with you, because it's only to show a kind of a distribution. So it doesn't really matter if you are on position 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, because the click-through rate is pretty similar and low. Whereas your sweet spot is here, position 3, 2, ideally position 1. And simple math, best SIM-only deals, a very popular keyword in UK, 18,841 searches according to Searchmetrics. And I was like, okay, let's do simple math. 10% multiplied by 18,000 is 1,800 visits. If I would go up, I would have probably around 3,200 visits. Yeah? So I'm multiplying the click-through rate by search volume. And this is a very simplified way, but it always shows the value of being between position 1 or 2. So the traffic would be doubled. So I went deeper, and I created a simple distribution model in a table. And then I started calculating a traffic index. So what is a traffic index? It's a very similar way how Searchmetrics is doing. However, obviously, Searchmetrics is doing this much more sophisticated way. And so TI is my search volume multiplied by CTR from the position. TI max is what I called SEO utopia. I would be first. And now, the creme de la creme, the most important metrics here, is TI diff, so traffic index difference, equal TI max minus TI. So difference is utopia minus where we are right now. This is the potential. And I created, I love colors. I love colors, so I created this, this lovely spreadsheet. And I was not only sorting by search volume that back in the day people were doing, but I could sort by these 3 metrics there, which one of this is TI difference. And if you compare this, sort by search volume and by traffic index difference, the sort is completely different. The keywords prioritization is different. And I know that it may be a bit complicated when you're looking on this, and I have only 20 minutes to explain. Because of that, I said that slides will be shared. There is a link that you can click, and this spreadsheet will be downloaded from my website. And you can not only see how I was calculating this, but you can potentially replace your keywords, the keywords that are there with your keywords. I think, if I remember correctly, I done this traffic index calculation for a company called Pimlico Plumbers. Anyone knows Pimlico Plumbers? Raise your hand. Yes. They are good, but they are bloody expensive. So yes, I was never working for them. I was like, yeah, people probably recognize this brand. It's a great brand, by the way. And then when we know these keywords, the optimization is very easy. It's, modify title tag, add strong tag, add or modify alt tags in your images. Make sure that your images, actually, that's important, and not always people remember about this. Make sure that your image file is a keyword rich. So don't use this 12358 abc.jpg. Rather put there a keyword that you want to rank. Additional paragraph with text. Always care about content length. I am a big fan of articles which have above 1,000 words. And I know that sometimes that sounds stupid and ridiculous, but we are not in the position to set up these rules. We are only in the position to follow rules. So I have no problem to explain this to copywriters, to content editors. I sometimes struggle to explain this to my friends who are journalists, because when they're coming from the journalist environment, that sounds for them a bit like crazy stuff, like why would we count words and why would there be 1,000 and so on and so on. Header modifications, internal link structure with keyword rich anchor. Pretty much the stuff we know. When to use? When you're trying to when you're starting to work on organic performance, when you really want to prove that what you're doing really works. For websites with established history, so this is not a tactic that you can use for a new website, unfortunately. And when you quickly need to provide that SEO is worth efforts. Conclusions? You're dealing with keywords that already rank, so you're treating Google as your advisor. You're leveraging quality traffic. Think about this. If keyword is ranking already on position 5, 4, or 3, that means that Google is considering your website to be right to rank there. You just need a little help, Google, to convince them that you deserve even higher ranking. You're utilizing multiple URLs. I said that usage is dealing with many different products. So if one product is too competitive, I can still prove that other products are working. And you're playing search engine game. And finally, you're delivering quick results. So that was the snapshot. Tactic 2 is a gap analysis. So I have a picture here, and this is what I call competition. So this is, imagine that somewhere there is your company, and the other guys are your competitors. Observing what they're doing, it can bring you tremendous amount of information. So it's important that when you're trying to make your website ranking, sometimes you exporting from Searchmetrics or from any other tool you have an access to a list of keywords, and you're trying to compare in Excel to find an answer on the question, where am I not ranking, and these 3, 4, 5 guys together are ranking on. And this is where the gap is. Now, we don't have too much time to go through this, but the outcome could be like that. I done this for you, Switch. I have competitor 1 to 3. Let me stay quiet, who they are. I don't want to stress anybody. So I could see that when I said, show me keywords related to mortgage, I saw something that really shocked me. I was like, what's going on here? The red one, that's are like keywords that completely make maybe not too much sense from the grammatical perspective, but the green one are keywords that are a normal grammatical correct keywords. Mortgage calculation, mortgage calculate, mortgage calculator, and so on. Estimate mortgage calculator. Do we see a pattern here? I think we do. Uswitch is not ranking on this keyword set. Competitors are. What does it mean? That means probably that we should build a mortgage calculator, because this is area where we have a gap. This is area what we're missing. And obviously, first I'm going to developers, and I'm saying, like, guys, from tomorrow, change your plans. We will be building mortgage calculator. Forget about Scrum. Forget about the process. We start working. And then I'm going to my copywriters, and I'm saying, like, OK, build me a content for that landing page. I'm treating them I'm giving them a little of space. I'm like, OK, 800 words, not 1,000 even, 800 words. Make sure that you're filling H1, H2 tags. Make sure that the length of the meta description and title is right. And make sure that the URL contain mortgage calculator. And what they're doing? They're starting to work. They're working hard, and then they deliver. Tactic 3, answer boxes. And again, that probably will be a little of expansion of what Easy said. We are pretty good as Uswitch with answer boxes. We are quite proud of this. That was one of the tactics that we discovered very early stage, and we've been thinking, like, OK, this is probably something that we should go with. What is a smart meter? That's the first keyword. And you can see here we are in answer box, and we are also in organic results. And now, excuse me for a second, because probably that wasn't said. I will open my mobile, and I will show you one thing that may shock you. Even with my Ponglish, I will use voice search. No, not hold on. Once again. What is a smart meter?
According to uswitch.com, a smart meter is a new kind of gas and electricity meter that can digitally send meter readings to your energy supplier for more accurate energy bill.
I don't know if you catch this, but once again, I can use different one. Maybe energy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I will, because I am not sure if that will fire. Once again, what is a smart meter?
According to uswitch.com, a smart meter is a new kind of gas and electricity meter that can...
So whatever you see here in the answer box, if you're using a voice search, that will be read by Google when you're using voice search. And obviously, that text has been taken straight away from our website. Another example, what is dual fuel? Dual fuel simply means that you receive your gas and electricity from the same energy supplier. And this is like honest, direct, straight answer. I call this simple English. If you, after this conference, go to Wikipedia and type any popular keyword, you can see that answers are in English and something that they call simple English. Simple English is like English I was able to operate with in 2007 when I moved to this country. So generally, you know, it's like very, very easy to understand language that Google AI can digest. And when you're writing with the simple English, straightforward answers, you have better chance to rank. Again, I just highlighted this. There is no magic bullet. You need to play with headings, with lists, with additional paragraph which answer these questions, and then adding div elements sometimes may help. Finally, what I said before, adding alt tag with these keywords you want to rank on. and many other things. And remember that the most important is that Google can change you within a day, and you may lose lots of answer boxes, or you may appear out of nowhere with plenty of. So as a summary, that's are the important elements you always need to keep focused on. But these elements are not like a magic bullet. There is no kind of like a markup that you can use, and you will be automatically in answer boxes. Now, how to find keywords that fire answer boxes? Because this is the most important. Why would you spend the time optimizing for keywords that will never, never, never fire answer box? And how you can do this? You can try to guess. Like I try to guess here, shortbread recipe. I really like shortbread. Type this once, BBC, UK, appearing in the answer box. And take a look. The picture, everything is taken. Another one, Champions League group. Really nice a table. UK water rates. What a surprise. You switch again. Taken from straight away from our website. But there is a method I'm using, and I call this a nice method. So let me choose 4 keywords that I definitely know that these keywords are firing answer boxes. So these keywords are very food related. How to bake a cake, how to bake a pancake, how to bake potato, and how to bake a sweet potato. When I have these keywords, I'm converting these keywords into queries that will fire a specific SERPs with Google, which is straightforward and very simple. You just need to write google.co.uk/search Q equal how to bake a cake, or Q. Behind the Q parameter is your keyword. And now we're loading these URLs into software called URL Profiler. Anyone is using URL Profiler? Raise your hand. Cool, we have a couple of people. It's a great tool. Now, when we have these URLs loaded, here is something that is called polite scraper, yeah? We politely will be scraping Google. Don't quote me. And there is this markup that is identifying a URL that you see in answer boxes. So here is the CSS selector that I used, and this CSS selector describes this URL. And once we have this, we can scrape this for URLs, and we have 2 situations. Either the scrape will be empty, that means that this keyword or those keywords did not fire answer box, or we will get some data. Obviously, intentionally, I choose 4 keywords which are question, food related, so I was expecting that I will see answer boxes in 4 cases. I was quite right. Here are our original queries, and here is data. And as a proof, I will go through all this example right now. So let's say, how to bake a cake. Oh, Vicky how to bake a cake. How to bake a pancake. Foodnetwork.com, how to bake a pancake, and then is foodnetwork.com/something, how to make a perfect pancake. Finally, how to bake potato, BBC, and my best example, how to bake a sweet potato, www.ncsweetpotatoes.com, website full about sweet potatoes. It's probably like Sweet Potatoes Cooking Bible. So yeah, as a conclusion, when to use. When you're dealing with established website, what does it mean? Imagine this, you're operating in UK, you are a market leader in the area, and your boss is coming and is saying like, I want the growth. And you are like, but we're banging the roof. We cannot appear higher. And actually, after little research, you're saying, you know what, we can. We've been appearing on position 1, now we will be appearing on position 0. And your boss is like, what? And you're like, yeah, let me show this. So as a conclusion, refreshing content is always good. Even if you will fail many times to be in answer box, you're refreshing content, that's always good. You're answering questions that customers may ask. You're trying to make your content better. You're playing the search engine game again. You're delivering a significant impact on CTR, because we were doing some tests. When you have a keyword in answer box, the CTR may be even 50%. And it's better to be in answer box than not to be. Someone asked me a question like, why would I ever like to be in answer box? I don't want my customers or my visitors to read my content straight away. I was like, seriously, it's only 300 characters. and your content is probably always longer. And they've been like, yeah, actually, yes. The only exception is when you if you would work for dictionary. People are typing like how to say that word in German, or how to say that word in Polish. And if you will give them answer in meta description, 100% they will not click. That's why these guys who have a dictionary website always trying to meta description write like something fluffy like, oh, you're looking for that answer. We have that answer, and we have plenty of other answers. And you're like, oh my God, click. So that was tactic 3. Now tactic 4, very quickly, and something that I really wanted to give you that you can really implement this straight away, how to boost your WordPress. And I wanted to share with you a couple of plugins that I am religiously using. The first one, Signal, push notifications. What are push notifications? Every time you are subscribed, you can see this little pop-up when new content is publicized. That is improving your traffic massively. And OneSignal is working as a plugin with onesignal.com. This is the service. And here are 2 websites that I own. The second one probably is not a surprise, is zelezny.uk. The first one is kind of my baby, socialmedia.pl. I'm extremely proud that I've been able to acquire this domain. There is not much traffic in it, but you know, still, it's my little baby. So I'm just using lots of different things, and then when I can, I'm just sharing. So you can see that I had 1,500 subscribers, and every time I'm posting some content there about social media, they're receiving pop-up. The configuration is very simple. You just need to go to onesignal.com, create an API key, and just put this into WordPress. And then, when you install this OneSignal push notification, in your WordPress, there will be this pre-checked ticker that, yes, send notification every time I'm posting some updates. And here is the screenshot from my Chrome. And you can see when I posted something, then there was this pop-up, and people straight away can enter. Another example, WPA SEO Autolinker. If you want to build better structure of internal linking, use this plugin, WPA SEO Autolinker. It's very simple. Here 2 examples. I said every time there is word Twitter, link this to internal page with this address, and every time there is word Facebook, every time link this to internal page that belongs to socialmedia.pl. And I've been able to prepare this to screenshot. So every time there is word Facebook, pretty much like Wikipedia style, I will get link, and generally Google can crawl better, bounce rate is lower, page per sessions are growing, and many other factors. Another plugin, WP Smoosh, just to optimize your images. So that's the screenshot showing that I have 1,748 images smooshed. So there was every image I had been optimized, been compressed, and can load much faster. Gonzalez plugin, it's something like Speedy Gonzalez, yes? Make your website faster. If you don't like to pay $20, you can go with Auto-Optimize. Again, CSS compression, JS compression, and HTML optimization. And because I need to be faster, I have only 2 minutes, append link on copy. Very good plugin. When you have plenty of content, someone is copying content, putting this to their website, automatically there will be sticked link where this content been taken from. So you may build additional links. And now, the most controversial ever, and I know that some people will not agree, 404 to 301. So when I acquired socialmedia.pl, there was different content. I just acquired domain. And this guy who sold me this, that was probably a big mistake if he see what I'm doing with this website. But anyway, people are doing mistakes. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't lose the link equity. And there was plenty of links, because this guy had this website for many, many, many years. And I couldn't pick up all these links and start redirecting them and so on and so on and so on. So I started building new content, and I installed 404 to 301. So any traffic, any links that have been pointing to old version will be always redirected. I know that there are some debates that it can generate soft 404s. Never had any problems. And the last thing, because I have 1 minute to go, the cloud. And again, I have no affiliation, anything like that, but if you have mid or small size websites, and we're not talking about huge websites that are always working on Amazon Cloud, go with a good solution, go with the good server, invest a little more, like £10 more a month, but go with a decent solution. SiteGround. Anyone know SiteGround? Raise your hand. Good, good. SiteGround, SiteGround, and once again SiteGround. And I will show you why. I recently upgraded my websites to cloud, and that gave me additional opportunity to use 4th level of cache. So they are using normally 3 levels of cache, static, dynamic, and mem cache, and then there is this HHVM. And just to prove you how great it is, here is the website I was testing. I don't want to share with you the URL. And again, I'm like way behind optimization of website like Philly. Philly's website, Search Brothers, that's like somewhere I need to get. His website is probably load with 0.3 seconds. But anyway, trying my best, yes? And take a look. After launching this cacher from 8.4 to 3.1, and you can see that the total page size been pretty much the same, number of requests been pretty much the same, but it's loading much faster. And there is another one, 8.7. I've been able to optimize this to 3.4. So pretty much 50% faster. As a wrap-up, always use a great hosting. May sound trivial, but it's important. Always test different plugin sets if using WordPress. I know that WordPress is so popular that even in corporate environment, lots of corporate high-end websites still using WordPress as a blog, as a content hub, and so on. Try to rank on relevant keywords that already rank somewhere in SERPs. Use Google as your advisor. Don't try to make up keywords you would like to rank. Rather, check first where you're ranking. Use Searchmetrics, for example. Obviously, try to rank on AnswerBoxes. That's been said probably more than 10 times today. AnswerBoxes are our featured snippet or position 0, super important. And finally, appreciate your competitors because they are a great source of data. Observe what they're doing. They always have lots of smart guys, and you can also learn. They're learning from you, you're learning from them, and at the end of the day, you still can go to the pub for a pint. So yes, I always respect my competitors. They are a great source of information. And as a result, to screenshot, I've been able to deliver pretty nice results. Some of my websites, I was implementing this on a short scale, and here is on the long scale. That was it. My name is Lukasz Zelezny. You can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, and thank you very much for being with me and having me.
So, Lukasz, we've got a few minutes for questions. Will you take a few?
Absolutely.
Great.
Any questions? Come on.
We might have exhausted them completely, Lukasz. We might have done it.
So,
is there any like priorities with regards to the internal linking that you're doing on those sites? Do you go for sort of the cache page, so to speak, or how do you choose what to link internally?
That's a great question. I'm very grateful for this question. So I have this answer for you because that will be definitely not a made-up answer. So I will tell you how to prioritize this. If you have deep crawl, on-crawl, and any other tool that is able to crawl your website, there will be a parameter which will be saying how many times this or that page been linked internally. The highest one are always pages that are linked from footer or header, because pretty much every page is linking to that page. But sometimes you can see, especially with deep crawl, when you can plug a search console, you can see that either some pages are indexable, but in fact are orphaned, so there is 0 internal linking. That would be the highest priority. And then pages with 1 link or 2 links only, and then, you know, these pages, you're saying, okay, here is a bunch of pages that have no links or 1 or 2 links. And here is a bunch of pages that are relevant to these orphaned pages, so I will start linking from them. But ideally, if you are on WordPress, you're installing WP SEO, you're building the list of keywords you would like to auto-link, put them, make this live, and then recrawl, and then see the impact on deep crawl. Thank you very much. Very good question. Any more questions? If not, then I will be definitely with you guys on the after
roof.
The after party. And once again, thank you very much for having me. Don't forget to have LinkedIn and send me an invitation. We can always chat online.
Thank you, Lukasz.
Thank you.